than what else Mr. Cates told you in the classroom?
Well, at first he said the earth was too hot for any life. Then it cooled off a mite. The cells of things begun to live.
Cells?
Little bugs like in the water. Then the little bugs got to be bigger bugs and sprouted legs and crawled up on the land.
And how long did all this take, according to Mr. Cates?
A couple million years, maybe longer. Then comes the fishes and the reptiles and the mammals. Man's an mammal.
Oh, along with the dogs and the cattle in the fields. Did he say that?
Yes, sir.
And now, Howard, how did man come out of all this slimy mess of bugs and serpents, according to your professor?
Man was sort of evoluted from the old world monkeys.
Ha! Did you hear that, my friends? Old world monkeys. According to Mr. Cates, you and I aren't even descended from good American monkeys. Now then, Howard, listen carefully. In all this talk of bugs and the evolution of slime and ooze, did Mr. Cates ever make any reference to God?
Not as I remember.
What's the miracle he achieved in 7 days as described in the beautiful book of Genesis?
No, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Objection. I asked the court to remind the legal counsel that he's not in a Chautauqua tent. He's supposed to be submitting evidence to a jury. There are no ladies in the jury.
Your Honor, I have no intention of making a speech. There is no need. I am sure that everyone on the jury, everyone within the sound of this boy's voice will be moved by his tragic confusion. He has been taught that he wriggled up like an animal from the depths and the muck below. I say that these Bible haters, these evolutionists, are brewers of poison. And the legislature of this sovereign state has had the good wisdom to insist that the peddlers of poison, be it in bottles or in books, clearly label the products they attempt to sell. I tell you that if this boy will, I tell you that if this law is not upheld, then this boy will become one of a generation shorn of its belief by the godless teachings of science. Yet, if the full penalty of the law is meted out to Bertram Cates, then the faithful the world over, who are watching us here and listening to our every word, will call this courtroom blessed.
Amen!
Your witness, sir.
Well, I sure am glad that the colonel didn't make a speech. Howard, I heard you say that the world used to be kind of hot.
That's what Mr. Cates said.
You think it's any hotter than it is today?
Guess it must be. Mr. Cates read it to us from a book.
Is this the book, Darwin's Theory on the Evolution of Descent of Man?
Yes, sir.
That's right, Howard. This is the book that he read to you in the classroom. Now, Howard, how do you think about that? Do you think there's anything wrong about that?
Well, I don't know.
Objection, Your Honor. The defense is asking a 13-year-old boy to hand down an opinion on it. Question of morality.
Your Honor, I'm trying to establish that Howard and Mr. Brady and anybody else in this courtroom, and even you, sir, has the right to think.
The right to think is not on trial here.
Oh, with all due respect to the bench, I hold that the right to think is very much on trial here. It is fearfully in danger. It is fearfully in danger. It is fearfully in danger in the proceedings of this court. Fearfully in danger.
A man is on trial.
A thinking man. One who faces fines and imprisonment because he chooses to speak what he thinks.
Colonel Grump, would you please rephrase the question?
No. All right, let me put it this way, Howard. All this fuss and feathers about evolution, has it hurt you at all?
Sir?
Did it do you any harm? You still feel reasonably fit? The things that Mr. Cates told you, did it hurt your baseball game at all? Affect
No,
your
sir.
pitching arm?
No, sir. I'm a lefty.
Southpaw, huh? You still honor your mother and your father?
Sure.
Haven't murdered anybody since breakfast?
Ask him if his faith in the Holy Scriptures has been shattered.
When I need your help, Colonel, I'll humbly ask for it. Now, Howard, do you believe everything that Mr. Cates told you?
I don't know. I gotta think it over.
Oh, good for you. Your pa's a farmer, isn't he?
Yes, sir.
Got a tractor?
Brand new one.
Howard, do you think a tractor's sinful because it's not mentioned in the Bible?
I don't know.
Moses never made a phone call. Do you think that makes a telephone an instrument of the devil?
Never thought of it that way.
Well, neither has anyone else, Your Honor. The defense makes the same old error of all godless men.
Yeah.
They confuse material things for the great spiritual reality of the revealed word.
Amen. Amen to that.
Why do you bewilder this boy? Does right have no meaning to you, sir?
At the risk of prejudicing the case against my client, I must say that right has no meaning for me whatsoever. Truth has meaning as a direction. It's one of the peculiar imbecilities of our time that we've laid this grid of morality over all human behavior, so that every act of man is measured against a latitude of right and a longitude of wrong in exact seconds, minutes, and degrees. Do you have any idea what I'm talking about, Howard?
No, sir.
Well, maybe you will someday. That's all for now, son. Thanks.
I've seen what you can do to a jury. Twist and tangle them. Nobody's forgotten the Endicott Publishing case when you made that juror believe that the obscenity was in their own mind and not the printed page. Yeah. It was immoral what you did to that jury, tricking them. Think you can get away with it here?
I'm not trying to get away with anything. I'm just trying to prevent the clock stoppers from dumping a load of medieval nonsense into the United States Constitution.
This is now a federal court.
Well, you gotta stop them somewhere.
Your Honor, it's obvious what he's trying to do. He's trying to make us forget about the lawbreaker and put the law on trial. We'll have the answer for you with our next witness. Call Miss Rachel Brown to the stand.
Will Miss Rachel Brown come forward, please?
Did you know about this?
We should have.
Rich, what did you tell her?
Sit down, Samson. You're about to get a haircut.
Take it easy, son. Take it easy.
Rachel, you solemnly swear that the testimony you are about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Now, Rachel, I'd just like you to repeat some of the things you told me last night.
Mr. Brady, please.
Rachel, you said you wanted people here to understand, didn't you, my dear?
Yes.
Well, then answer my questions. Now, you are an old friend of the defendant, Bertram Cates.
We're engaged to be married.
Is Mr. Cates a member of the Spiritual